it all about? We're working out. Let's turn this motherfucking party out.
Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss musical artists. This week's musical artist was brought to you by Bill. That's Bill.
Hello.
And it's the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
I'm Jason. With us as well is Tim.
That's me. I got the snares on the 5 and 13.
And Tony.
I'm here to party for my right to fight.
Before we jump into the 5, I got a mulligan to pull.
Okay.
Because as you can tell by our outfits and, backgrounds, and, it's been a week since we recorded. I've gone back and listened to some of these albums. So I'm going to have to change something. I'm going to have to put Check Your Head above Ill Communication. I think... I don't want to spoil anything later, but yeah, I'll explain it later.
There's you got an album that's going to go right between
part 1 and part 2.
There's growth. I think the least amount of growth is between those two albums. And I mean, you guys said it. Ill Communication's kind of like a Check Your Head part 2. And yeah, I think.
And it's Check Your Head.
And it's Check Your Head, but it's Ill Communication. Whatever. Color code will tell all. So that's all I got to do.
Yes, indeed. Okay, I can live with that.
I wasn't changing Hello Nasty. I'm living by that one. Who wants to start to the 5?
I mean, I can. As we alluded to in the last episode, major world event happens to where the Beastie Boys need to write a love letter to New York City. Of course, talking about the 9/11 events. And yeah, this album feels super old school to me. It feels like New York City, 1978, almost even. Starting it off with Check It Out, comes out swinging. That's a good single. Right now, that's single, but it's kind of a meh for me. That song's just kind of there. 3 The Hard Way, though, comes back swinging. Great old school beat. I love it. And then really from there, the album doesn't let up. I think from here on out, like, it's... The rhymes are tight. The beats are tight. They feel old school, and yet they also feel very modern. I think all the singles from here were great. I also think Crawl Space is the top song contender.
Ooh.
Everything else here, though, it's solid stuff. It feels like, it took like 3 MCs and 1 DJ kicking it old school New York. And I love it.
Yeah, I can follow that up. Check It Out. They never fail to disappoint on those opening tracks. I bring the shit that's beyond bizarre, like Miss Piggy. Who, moi? Fucking top song contender. The flow on this song is like nothing they've really done before. And in 2025, it's still pretty unique. Right now, I actually really like this one. I think it's the fucking lyrics, I'm getting kind of tired of the situation, the U.S. attacking other nations, and narrations on every station. False elations got me losing my patience. That's a top song contender for me. 3 The Hard Way. We're going to rock this motherfucker like 3 The Hard Way. Takes Time to Build. Another top song. Still sounds fresh. Yeah, that's a great one. Rhyme the Rhyme. Serving MCs on a platter like baked Alaskan. What's not to love about it? Triple Trouble, kicking right lyrics right through your brain. When you hear this saying, you'll be right as rain. Top song contender. Oh Words, just musical perfection. That's all. That beat. All Lifestyles, we got to keep the party going on. All Lifestyles, sizes, shapes, and forms. Shazam, another top song. You'd be like, oh yeah, Adam, real mature. An Open Letter. Tim kind of touched on it. That's how fucked up this world is. This song should have been huge in 2004, but it wasn't. Crawl Space, again, fresh new sounds that are at the same time old school. The brouhaha. What you talking about, Willis? Who's the illest? And then the closing track, best closing track in the discography. Who got the chance to make things right? Why the politicians always want to fight? The Christian Coalition and the right wing. Ooh, let me tell you what you can do. I'm glad you gave me the closing tracks for top songs, Bill. I think the Beasties dropped a perfect record for a post 9/11 New York. They covered everything in here, along with like your normal Beastie Boys goodness. The beats, the flows are elevated above anything they've done to this point. This thing is flawless for me. Yeah, I mean, it sounds very old school. Like they did away with a lot of the stuff they were doing on Hello Nasty and Ill Communication. They kind of brought it back, but they brought it back in like a 2000s way.
Yeah, in
I
a
fucking love this
futuristic
record.
way.
Yeah, I love this record. Shocker.
So I can follow up after that. So this is now a good part of Beastie Boys discography. I didn't know really as well. And was a lot of new coming out of it. Just even think about like the singles from this one. I don't think I ever heard it really growing up. As singles or anything of that nature.
Well, you know why, right?
This was the year you were born.
No,
I
no,
was 6.
because the Beastie
Oh, not
Boys,
even.
the 1996 Telecommunications Act, you grew up listening to the singles from Private. It's like Everlong. It's Pretty Fly for a
Yeah.
White Guy. It's Sabotage.
Instead of playing the new stuff, they're playing Sabotage and Fight.
All right, let him say what he's got to say.
No, I mean they are right. That's what they were playing on the radio.
Sure.
But I mean, so this was, I want to say take it off guard, but it's like, okay, let's say, yeah, definitely like more old school sounds. We had like some futuristic kind of like sounds also coming through at the same time too, like being melded with it. But that was, at first it was like, do I like this? Up until I got to about, hey, fuck you. And then I'm like, no, I like this. And I mean, from there, I would say for me, I like the second half more than the first half, probably. Not to say I dislike the first half. It's just, I mean, for me, I know it's kind of, Tim, you had one way, Jason, you had the other, but like right now for me, it was by no means was bad, but it didn't do it for me. Like, it was a solid song. I liked what was going on, rhythmically, especially with it. But I guess for me, when I was listening to it, it did seem as, which I mean, it makes sense. It didn't seem as fun as the prior albums, but that makes sense in the context because this wasn't designed to be like a fun album. Even though, yeah, it was to check out because I go on YouTube, I get to watch the music videos. That's the one that they preface, Sasquatch abducted them for 6 years.
I mean, all the videos from here are great. The video for Triple Trouble.
The videos are phenomenal. I don't think there's a single music video from Beastie Boys that disappoints, even on Mix It Up. Like, even those music videos are solid music videos. We'll get to those songs when we get to it. But like, as a whole, it's weird thinking about this album coming out in 2004, sound-wise, because it sounds both ahead of its time, but also that should have come out like 20 years ago.
This was a day buy one for me. Like, I remember the day I bought this.
Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
This album, I mean, so this was like this is after 9/11. I came back to New York. I had moved away for a long time. I moved back to New York like around the time this album came out. I mean, check it out. Beast Boys coming out swinging with, hey, remember us? This is who we are. And then you start to get into like you're seeing the Beastie Boys grow up. Like they're mixing in they figured out how to do like the punk rock from Ill Communication and uh all that, and then mix it with like their old sound, their old style raps and stuff like that. And that's what you're hearing. You have that punk rock anti-establishment kind of songs like this, like right here, right now, and stuff like that. Mix in with some old school like Beastie Boys fun, like Check Your Head and stuff like that. Read the Hard Way, Triple Trouble, love it. Fucking going back to like the fucking Sugar Hill Gang and stuff like that. Open Letter New York, being from New York, living in New York that time, it was as big as the song as you thought it should be there.
Plus, they bring back that Dead Boys riff.
There it was everywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, this should have been like, like every living room played, Instead, it was American Idiot.
I think that some of Beastie Boys is their best. They figure out how to mix in their fun, like, amp up hip hop style with their, like anti-establishment hardcore roots. And they mix it up into this album.
Like when I said like, and I'm not a New Yorker. I've only been to New York to go to Woodstock '99, but
no shit, I was there too.
Were you? We got to talk about that. But to me,
I was not there.
As an American in 2004, after 9/11, this record sums up to me, like, because you have anger, you have sadness, you have a sense of unity on this record that really encapsulates that feeling of 2004 post 9/11 America.
Oh yes, our president we didn't elect, and all that kind of shit.
Yeah,
it also celebrates.
Yeah,
a lot of
celebration. There's unity. There's yeah. It's not like a downer record. It's just a very emotional record, like from all emotions, I guess. It's a very powerful record, I'll say.
And that's what I mean. Like they threw their emotions that you hear a lot in like punk rock and stuff like that.
And there's still the humor. I mean, there's still Beastie Boys humor.
You still got that Beastie Boys humor and stuff like that. And they did a fantastic job. And Crawl Space is one of the weirdest Beastie Boys songs.
Oh yeah, Crawl Space is
amazing
though.
Like Ad Rock was, going to the beginning of it, you could barely recognize his voice. He just switches it up so much. But
great song though. Great song.
Record.
Oh, it's my turn to guess too. Fuck me. Anybody else got anything to add? Any clues to drop?
On your own.
Bitches. All right. Well, I know Tim's going to like it more than this one. More than Ill Communication.
That's going to be correct.
Number 4.
That's going to be incorrect.
Too high or too low?
That's too high.
It's too high?
Too high.
Okay, number 5.
I mean, color code will tell all.
I think it's going to be Bill's number 6.
That would be correct, only because Hello Nasty's number 5, because Check Your Head's number 4, and Balls is number 3, and
And you heard Intergalactic. you know about that. Check it out. I think Tony liked it more though. Maybe. I think Tony likes it. I think Tony's gonna have it right there too. Higher. We get to the Hello Nasty debacle again.
He's gonna put it right above Paul's Boutique.
No way. Number 1?
Number 1.
I get it.
Yeah.
I can see it, but
I think this is some of the Beastie Boys' best fucking work.
Well, you stole my thunder.
oh,
My man, let's go.
My notes say it's my number one, and if you don't like it, then hey, fuck you.
Hey, fuck you.
hey, fuck you.
I love this record. Like it dethroned License to Ill for me.
Easily. This is the Beastie Boys. This is the Beastie Boys License to Ill. You know, like grown-ups make it.
That was my hot take.
This is their top tier. This is a grown, mature Beastie Boys. There's even digs at License to Ill on this album.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Like, and they're just, you know, you can hear them coming into their, like, not coming into their own, but like.
I mean, they own it at this point.
Yeah, they don't give a shit on this point. They're like,
yeah,
we're fucking Beastie Boys.
Right.
Right. Fuck, I feel it. I don't have to do anything.
I mean, they got plenty of songs about how they're the fucking greatest and don't fuck with the Beastie Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are some of the best Beastie Boys songs. We'll get to that on Hot Sauce.
But like I said, I loved how this album really was the mix for me from many of the previous albums. They took that punk rock angst and fucking anti-establishment and mix it into hip hop lyrics. And they figured out, like, you know what? We're fucking. We're not this. We're not that. We're all of this. We're the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, to me, this is their most hip hop record since License to Ill.
Gosh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, stick around. We're gonna take another left. We're gonna take another turn off Beacon Street here. We'll see what happens with the mix-up, because it is a studio record, so we are ranking it. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. Let us know your rankings down below. And if you don't like the Beastie Boys, let us know down below. And then you can sign up for our Patreon, and you can choose an artist for us. Yeah, that's all I got. Be safe, and what, Tony?
Time to get ill.
Yeah.
There's a party going on in here for real. I got more product than Ron Popeil, so deal with that, troopers.
And then you go a little woo, and then a little whoop, 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 and then it's all, you know, and then you're ready to go again.